Pat Robertson, a prominent televangelist who passed away at the age of 93, played a significant role in merging media, religion, and politics during a period of realignment for American political parties. He provided a powerful broadcasting platform for religious conservatives, influenced Christians to lean towards the Republican Party, and vehemently opposed gay rights, feminism, abortion rights, and anything he believed would draw God's wrath. In his eyes, natural disasters and terrorist attacks were seen as punishments for moral decline. Together with conservative Christian figures like Jerry Falwell, Robertson shaped a brand of religious conservatism centered around moral values that became ingrained in the identity of the Republican Party. However, this dynamic shifted when Donald Trump, a bombastic divorcee, took over the party. "He certainly represents a very critical era in modern politics," said Robert Jones, author of The End of White Christian America and founder of the Public Religion Research Institute. Emphasizing Robertson's influential role in merging the religious world with the Republican Party. Robertson's journey from being the son of a Democratic senator from Virginia to becoming a prominent figure in the GOP reflects the larger phenomenon of white Christians shifting their allegiance from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party. This transformation gained momentum in the 1980s, when Robertson held significant influence, and he played a key role in building the path that led many conservative white evangelicals out of the Democratic Party after the Civil Rights era. In 1966, Robertson established the 700 Club, a television program on the Christian Broadcasting Network, which started as a local UHF station in Portsmouth, Virginia. Initially supported by telethons rather than commercial advertisements, Robertson referred to the contributors as members of the 700 Club who could sustain the network with $10 monthly donations. Over time, the network and the show expanded their reach to cable, broadcast television, and online platforms, and the donations Robertson received helped him build a media empire and establish Regent University, a religious institution in Virginia Beach. Although Robertson's personal political aspirations were not as successful, his influence endured. In 1988, he ran for president in the Republican primary, challenging Vice President George H.W. Bush. Despite placing second in the Iowa caucuses, ahead of the eventual nominee Bush but behind Senator Robert Dole, Robertson failed to rally his committed Christian following to cross over into the mainstream. While his campaign didn't reach the desired outcome, he resumed preaching on the 700 Club and founded the Christian Coalition of America in 1989. An organization that championed family values and claimed some credit for the Republican Party's success in the 1994 midterm election. Known as the Republican Revolution, Robertson's endorsement of Donald Trump in the 2016 presidential election marked a turning point. Despite the controversy surrounding the release of the Access Hollywood tape, Robertson stuck by Trump, dismissing it as mere macho talk. According to Jones, this decision signaled a shift among evangelicals who, in exchange for Trump's perceived results, abandoned the high moral ground that had been a central tenet of the Christian right movement. While the country as a whole is becoming more diverse, religious conservative voters retain paradoxical power. Jones highlighted that white evangelicals, who made up about a quarter of the country in the early 2000s, now account for only 13.6%. However, due to the legacy of activists like Robertson, this group continues to vote at higher rates than most other Americans. Approximately 7 in 10 Republicans are white and Christian, with 1/3 identifying as white evangelicals. Jones emphasized that the influence of Robertson and early Christian right activists from the 1980s can still be seen in the Republican Party today. One of the Republican candidates in the primary race who shares similarities with Robertson is Mike Pence, the former vice president who was chosen as Trump's running mate in 2016, partly due to his appeal to evangelical voters. Although other Republican candidates, such as Rick Santorum and Mike Huckabee, attempted to appeal to evangelical voters in recent elections, their support remained limited. Like Robertson, they found success in Iowa, where white evangelicals constitute a majority of participants in the early caucuses, but failed to gain traction among Republican voters nationwide.